So, what if I told you that one of the oldest sounds in the world, a sound born in the mountains of Oaxaca, has become a key defense against one of the most advanced surveillance systems on the planet? Today, we're going to unravel this incredible story of a simple whistle, a high-tech dragnet, and the timeless, ruthless art of survival.
This idea right here, this is going to be our guide for this whole journey. It's this powerful reminder that sometimes the simplest tools we have, even just the sounds we can make with our own breath, hold these deep, profound stories of human resilience.
All right, so here's how we're going to connect all the dots. We'll start with the amazing linguistic world of whistled languages. Then we're going to jump right into the modern architecture of surveillance. From there, we'll see how communities are fighting back, we'll unpack the big picture theory behind it all, and finally, we'll look at what the future holds for this ancient meets modern conflict.
Okay, let's dive in. To really get this, our story has to start in the rugged, beautiful highlands of Oaxaca, Mexico. It's home to a truly stunning form of communication, one that literally turns human breath into complex, long-distance conversation.
The concept that makes this all work is called speech surrogacy. And look, this isn't just a few prearranged signals like Morse code. Not at all. Think of it as a system for literally transposing an entire spoken language, all its melody, its rhythm, its tone, into a whistle that can carry for miles and miles.
Now, here's what makes this so incredibly cool. The reason it works so brilliantly in Oaxaca is because languages there, like Chinantec, are tonal. This means the pitch of a word actually defines its meaning. So a whistle, which is pure pitch, becomes the perfect instrument to replicate those exact tones. It allows for these incredibly nuanced, complex, unlimited conversations, something that's way, way harder to do in a non-tonal language.
And get this, 10 kilometers. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This was never some kind of novelty act. It was absolutely essential technology, born from the simple, raw need to talk to someone across a massive, impassable valley long before a single telephone wire was ever stretched across it.
And this is where the story takes its first big turn. A tool that was created just to connect a community became the perfect tool to defend it. It was this ready-made, low-tech solution that got repurposed into a secure, basically encrypted channel that invading authorities they couldn't decipher it.
Okay, now let's fast forward. We're going to leave the mountains of the past and jump right into the digital architecture of the present. We're shifting gears to the world of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, and the absolutely immense interconnected web of surveillance it has at its disposal.
You have to understand, this isn't just one piece of software. It's a whole ecosystem. You've got Palantir's AI connecting dots you didn't even know existed. Then there's Clear, giving access to all sorts of private consumer data. You have Mobile Fortify, which puts facial recognition right in an agent's hand, and things like Stingrays that can pinpoint your phone's exact location. It is a pervasive, powerful digital dragnet.
So you might be asking, against a force that powerful, that all-seeing, what could the response possibly be? Well, believe it or not, it's something that sounds a lot like that same ancient sound from the Oaxacan Mountains.
That's right, a simple whistle. Right now in cities all across the United States, immigrant communities are turning to whistles, to car horns, to human networks as their main alert system. It's just a stunningly clear example of asymmetric resistance playing out in the modern world. And this isn't just random noise, not by a long shot. It's a highly disciplined, human-powered system. A call comes in, it triggers an alert, and a whole network of trained volunteers gets dispatched. And they're not there to physically interfere. They're there to legally observe, to document everything, and to assert rights. They completely shatter the isolation that these kinds of surveillance operations depend on.
And here you go. This is the entire strategy in a single sentence. It's all about creating collective presence. The whistles, the horns, they're basically a form of citizen-led counter-surveillance. They completely destroy the element of surprise and force public accountability right there on the street, making covert actions incredibly difficult to pull off.
So let's zoom out for a second. Because this whole dynamic, the whistle versus the dragnet, it's not just a powerful story. It's a perfect, real-world illustration of a core theory of conflict, one that's driven by the most fundamental thing there is, the imperative to survive.
What we're really talking about here is called asymmetric warfare. It's simple. When one side has overwhelming technological and military power, the other side doesn't just give up. It's forced to get creative. It has to innovate with what it's got. Local knowledge, community trust, simple, cheap tools to find a way to counter a much, much more powerful opponent.
And this table just lays it out so clearly. It's like this constant chess match, right? For every single high-tech advantage, a corresponding low-tech countermove emerges. You have advanced signals intelligence, they go with digital silence. You have drones in the sky, they use simple camouflage. It's this constant adaptive dance where the goal is just evasion, attrition, and ultimately survival.
And you know, this dynamic is woven into the very fabric of the Americas. From the human intelligence networks that fueled the Cuban Revolution, all the way to the Zapatistas' pioneering use of the early internet as a weapon of narrative, this pattern of low-tech adaptation against a superior force is a story that gets told again and again and again.
So, what's next? Where does this timeless conflict, this dynamic between the whistle and the dragnet, actually go from here? As you can see here, the strategy is always tailored to the specific arena and the end goal. Whether the objective is overthrowing a government in Cuba, controlling territory in Colombia, or controlling a global narrative from Chiapas, the tools are always adapted to fit the fight.
And this right here is the big takeaway for the future. It's all about going hybrid. It's not about being anti-technology. It's about being incredibly smart. It means you preserve the rock-solid security of low-tech, off-the-grid methods, while you strategically use cheap, everyday tools like encrypted apps or burner phones to coordinate and amplify your effect. Which kind of brings us to this one last provocative thought. In an age where almost every single move we make can be digitally tracked, cataloged, and analyzed, maybe the most powerful form of resistance isn't about building a better machine. Maybe, just maybe, it's about remembering the oldest and most resilient technologies we've always had: human community and the simple, defiant sound of a whistle.